Hello, welcome to this class. My name is Isabel and this is a class focusing around rooting down and grounding, which is why it's based on the root chakra. It's often challenging in the lives that we live to find a sense of presence with so many distractions around us. So this is a class to come back to yourself and just remind yourself how easy it is to once again check in with your breath, connect with your body, and realign and recenter. We're going to start today's class by finding a comfortable seat, whether that's on your knees or seated cross-legged, and just close down your eyes. And as you close down your eyes, let's take together 3 deep breaths, breathing in through the nose, and then exhale, sigh the breath out. Deep breath in for 2, and sigh the breath out. And a final deep breath in for 3, and sigh the breath out. And at the bottom of the exhale, keeping the eyes closed, I just want you to start to imagine that however you're sitting, there's a piece of gold thread that comes out from down the base of the spine and makes its way down into the ground, deep into the center of the earth. And then let's take that gold thread between our fingers, bringing your hands in front of your sternum, in front of your chest, and then start to draw that gold thread up through the center of your body and all the way up above your head. And as you do that, notice how you sit a little bit taller as you pull your imaginary gold thread up towards the ceiling. And then gently release your hands and see if you can maintain that sense of elevation while feeling connected to the earth, rooting down throughout this class, no matter where or what we might do. Slowly begin to open your eyes, and we'll start with some wrist circles. So we'll reach the arms forwards, make fists with our hands. You can either tuck the thumbs in or just make normal fists, and let's circle the wrists all the way in one direction, warming up the wrist joints, and then all the way in the other direction. And then from here, picking one hand, whichever you choose, flex one hand and draw the fingers of that hand back towards you. You might also want to draw the thumb back as well. And then let's do the same with the other hand, stretching the back of the wrist, drawing the fingers towards us. Nice, and then shake your hands out. Let's come onto our hands and our knees, and then we'll set the hands up by pressing hands firmly into the mat. Press the tops of the toes into the ground and draw up through your belly button. As you inhale, belly button drops down, lift up through your chest. And as you exhale, round through your spine and look towards your knees. Inhale and exhale. 3 more times, breathing in to lift up. And exhale, round through the spine, look towards your knees. Last 2. And on this last one, as you inhale, arch the back, and as you exhale, press through your heels of the hands, or press through the heels of the hands, and push into the backs of your shoulder blades so that you feel your shoulder blades widening apart, protracting. And then from here, keeping the shoulder blades apart, send your hips back towards your heels. When the hips come to the heels, release the forearms down and then glide your chest through the window of your arms to come back up to that cow position. So as we exhale, we round through the spine, pressing into the backs of the shoulder blades, and then slowly push the hips back with that exhale. Release the forearms down, and then inhale, sweep the arms or the chest up through the arms. One more time, exhale, rounding through the spine, press the hips back through the heels, lower the forearms down, and then inhale, lift up through your chest. And then let's tuck the toes under and lift the hips high and find our first downward facing dog. So in your first downward facing dog, maybe you need to adjust like me. your clothing. Pedal out through your feet or walk on the spot so that you have an opportunity to release the heels down to the mat, spreading your fingers nice and wide and maybe shaking your head out yes and no, releasing any tension through the back of your neck. And let's just take a few rocks forwards and back from downward facing dog into a high plank, bringing the weight into the feet and then into the hands. Really being mindful that you're taking the weight into the heels of the hands rather than the fingers for real stability. And then from here, let's come back to downward facing dog and take a really deep breath in through the nose and exhale the breath out through the mouth. Nice. From here, let's reach the right leg high, bend the knee and open the hip. Circle your right ankle all the way in one direction and then all the way in the other direction, and then release the right foot down. And then let's inhale, lift the left leg high, bend the knee and open the hip. Circle the ankle all the way in one direction and then all the way in the other direction, and then release the foot down. Come onto the tips of the fingers to create a bit more space and root your fingers down into the ground, and then slowly start to toe the feet towards the back of the wrists and find a forward fold. Bending the knees as much as you need, maybe holding onto opposite elbows, and just for 3 breaths, taking a gentle rock from side to side if that feels nice in your body, So and let's widen the space between the feet a little bit, releasing the hands, placing the hands underneath the feet, bringing the big toes towards the back of the wrists. Let's inhale, lengthen the spine, look forwards. And as we exhale, let's gently press down, feet pushing into hands like a hand massage. Tucking the chin towards the chest to release the back of the neck. Allowing the hips possibly to lengthen up to the ceiling so that you can stretch more down your hamstrings. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And slowly releasing the hands, let's peel the spine all the way up to stand. And then draw your shoulders back and down. Turn your palms to face forward. Open up through the front of your chest. So now we're actually squeezing the shoulder blades behind our back. And the noisy wind here is agreeing that we must do that. And if you just close your eyes, or if you allow your eyes to close, press the big toes into the mat, and then press the little toes into the mat, and then ground through your heels. Just start to notice where the weight is distributed in your feet. And we can pay attention to this. If we bring the weight all the way forwards into our toes, and then we bring the weight backwards into our heels, and then let's take the weight all the way into the left side of both feet, and then all the way into the right side of both feet. Then let's come back through to center, and you might be able to feel a little bit more where is center for you. See if throughout this class today you can continuously return to that rooted, grounded foot position that allows you to really connect to the ground. Let's start with some sun salutations. So inhale, reach the arms up, look towards the thumbs, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look forwards, and then as you exhale, plant your hands, step back into your high plank pose, and let's prepare for a chaturanga. No rush here. Look forwards, draw the shoulders back, and then halfway down we go. Inhale for a breath, exhale, press up through your hands, and continue that exhale as we come back to downward facing dog. Inhale here for a deep breath, and exhale to send your hips back, lengthening through the hamstrings and the muscles down the sides of the spine. Take a deep breath in, exhale, bend your knees, look forwards, and step or walk to the back of the wrists. Inhale, halfway lift, look forwards, exhale, fold. Press down through your feet, root and rise, bring your arms up to the sky, look to your thumbs. Exhale, hands to your chest at heart center. And in your own time now, we'll do 2 more rounds. So let's go together, but you now follow your breath. Wherever you are, taking one final round. Finding a rhythm with your breath, reminding yourself this class is really an opportunity for you to connect back with your body. So listening to your internal cues rather than mine. Finding confidence in your own guidance. And we meet in downward facing dog as I adjust my clothing once again and pedal out through the feet. Let's inhale, reach the right leg high, bend the knee and open the hip. As we exhale, let's draw the knee to the nose and place the foot in between the hands. And then slowly we'll release the back heel down. Before you lift up, press into your right big toe, look at your right big toe, and then take your hands off the floor. See if you can push down through the right foot and rise all the way up into your warrior one. Take a deep breath in to lengthen the fingers, and then as you exhale, see if you can sink a bit deeper into the posture. Inhale to lift the back heel, and then as you exhale, let's twist, reaching left arm forwards like you're shaking someone's hand, and right arm back, rotating through the spine. Option to stay as you are, or maybe the right arm travels down the back leg as the left arm extends using the fingertips to really stretch up and out of that left psoas muscle or that left hip. Let's take one more deep breath here, and then as we exhale, look up towards your left hand and slowly take the left hand all the way down towards the mat. Heel toe your right foot a little bit to the right, and then reach your right arm up towards the ceiling. Take a deep breath in here, and then as you exhale, return the right hand down to frame the right foot. Step the left foot to meet the right foot at the front of the mat, bringing the feet together to touch. And then bend your knees and sweep your arms up by your ears to find a chair pose. Now as you inhale, lift your heels, turn the palms to face down and push the arms back. And as you exhale, let the heels come down, reach the arms up. Inhale, press the hands back. Heels lift, and exhale, heels come down, arms sweep up. Keeping on going with that movement, encouraging your breath to be the guide here. Let's do 3 more. Last 2. Final one, breathing in, lifting up. As we exhale, let's rise, reaching the arms up and bring the hands back down, finding a Tadasana. Let's come to the center of the mat. I'll turn to face forward. You can always stay facing the direction that you already were. And let's bring the weight into the left foot. So really feel that you're anchoring down the weight into the left foot. Come onto the toes of the right foot and then start with control to lift your right knee up towards your chest. Let's take the ankle with the right hand and then place the sole of the right foot to the inside of the right knee, of the left knee. Let's bring our hands to prayer and press the hands actively together to create a sense of connection and stability. Rooting down into the left foot, feel all the tiny micro muscles trying to keep you balanced. If this position doesn't serve you, no problem. You can always bring the sole of the foot to the inner seam of the ankle. So whichever option you're going for, be exactly as you are where you are. And maybe you also want to bring the first fingers to thumbs and extend the arms up and out in that V position. Holding here. Let's take one more wobbly deep breath in, and then slowly bring the hands to the hips for balance. Let's gently return the right foot left next to the left foot. Let's come back to face the front of the mat if we're not already there. Inhale, we reach the arms up. and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look forwards. Exhale, we plant the hands and we step back, moving through our chaturanga. Breathing in, lifting up, breathing out, returning to downward facing dog. Let's take the left side now. Inhale, left leg lifts, bend your knee and open your hip. As you exhale, knee comes towards the nose and we shift forwards, bringing the left foot in between the hands. The back heel of the right foot comes down, and then we look and press into the left big toe and reach the arms up by our ears, finding our warrior one. Inhale to extend the fingers, exhale to sink a little bit lower. Inhale, lifts the back heel. Exhale, right arm forward, left arm back, we twist. Option 1, you might stay here. Option 2, left hand comes down as the right arm reaches up, and you really want to utilize your fingers stretching as high as you can to the ceiling so that you really get a good sense of stretch out of that right hip. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, gaze up towards your right hand, challenge your balance, and we slowly lower right hand down to the mat. Heel toe the left foot, an inch to the left, and then reach your left arm up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, left hand frames the left foot, and we step the right foot to meet the left foot at the front of the mat, bringing the feet together. Inhale, lengthen the spine, look forwards. Exhale, bend, reach the arms up by the ears, our chair pose. This time, tiny lifts and lowers. So we're lifting an inch and lowering an inch for 10. Squeeze the inner thighs, 9. Feel the burn, 8. Nearly there, 7. 6. 5. 4. 3, keep going. 2, don't give up. And on 1, we hold just for 5, 4, 3, 2, and on 1, we stand and find Tadasana, mountain pose, standing posture once again. Again, coming to the center of your mat, let's take our tree pose on the opposite leg this time. So this time we bring weight into the right foot. So really press down, root down into the right foot, bring your left knee up and into your chest, and then slowly we take the sole of the left foot to the inside of that right thigh. Hands come together, or any posture as we did before of the hands you prefer. Just take a moment here to be as you are. Rooting down just like a tree, embracing any wobbles or imbalances between the left and right side of your body. Deep breath in and deep breath out. Let's take one more breath here, and then slowly let's return the left foot down and come back to the front of our mat for one last time. Breathing in, reach the arms up. Breathing out, downward facing, not downward facing, still breathing out, forward fold. Let me do that one more time. Breathing in, reach the arms up, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands and step back, chaturanga. Halfway down, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From downward facing dog, just bend your knees, look towards your hands, and let's step the right foot outside of the right hand, the left foot outside of the left hand, and then sink your hips down, finding a yogi squat, malasana. In this position, you might find, some of you at home, you want to place a brick or a block underneath your heels so that you can, in a more relaxed way, elevate your spine. Wherever you are, let's take a deep breath in. And as we exhale, let's take hands behind us for support and lower ourselves down with control. Coming to the ground. I'll turn to face forward so you can see me more easily, but let's bring the soles of the feet together. First, 2 fingers around your big toes. Inhale to lengthen the spine, lift up through your chest, and then exhale, forward fold. It's not a competition to get your head towards your toes. Slowly come up to a seat. Let's cross the legs and take a twist through the spine. The left hand comes onto the right knee. Let's bring the right hand behind the hip and slowly rotate, inhaling to lengthen and exhaling to twist. Gently coming back through to center, over to the other side, inhaling to lengthen and exhale to twist. Through to center. Let's just once again close down the eyes. And as we breathe, paying attention to the sound and the movement of our breath, bring your awareness back to that gold thread, connecting you down to the center of the earth and drawing and connecting you up towards the ceiling. And maybe you imagine once again that you're lifting that gold thread above your head, or maybe you actually do it. And then you just notice any sensations or differences of doing that and how it makes you feel. And we'll end our class today by bringing the hands to prayer. Together chanting one Om, the sound of the universe, vibratory sound. So let's inhale to prepare. And we can bow our heads in prayer. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and there'll be more to come very soon.